My name is Brianna Collins, and today I'm going to be talking about social media and how that is important, and then that is really related to emergent media because it has a lot to do with our lives, how we connect with each other, and like big corporations and companies and how things are advertised. A lot of that goes into social media now. So I'm going to get started with that. So what is social media? Social media is websites and applications that are made up to allow people to connect and share content quickly in real time. So this is the perfect topic, I think, for me, because a lot of what we discussed in assignment 4 had to do with entertainment, social media, things like that. So I was already kind of in the mind frame of social media, so this was really easy to go right into. When was social media created? The first recognizable social media site, titled 6 Degrees, was created in 1997. 6 Degrees, I think, is something similar to Facebook because people were allowed to make a profile and connect with other users and friends. So why is social media important? Social media allows us to connect with one another remotely. So we're able to connect with each other without actually being in front of each other. And we can do that quickly, and we can connect with people internationally all over the world. Also, it's also a nice thing to have if maybe you want to message someone online, but you don't want to give them their phone number or something, and you can use that's perfect for that. So, what is a social media addiction? Which I thought was another interesting thing to talk about, because there's actually a lot of people in the world that have a social media addiction. I saw online that 5 to 10 of Americans on the addiction crisis website, which I cited at the end of my paper presentation, that 5 to 10 of Americans meet the criteria for it. So basically, that's checking and scrolling through social media sites. It's like an uncontrollable urge to log on and use social media. And then I thought, what are the biggest social media sites in 2020? So I've not found, but online I found that Facebook was the number one for 2020, and then Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Snapchat, Pinterest, and Reddit. Facebook had 2.45 billion users. They had the most users. And then that went all the way down to Reddit, which was the last one, and they had 430 million users. So actually, TikTok is my favorite social media site. I actually made chocolate peanut butter cookies today because of a 60-second cooking video that I saw on TikTok, which I think is funny. Also brought one in here so I could talk about that. I also wanted to touch on the potential disadvantages and advantages of social media. I just have 3 for each, very brief. It gets information out quickly. Is one of the good reasons or advantages of social media. It allows people to make friends and connect with people who that may be states away or internationally that they wouldn't normally be able to do. And we can share photos quickly and things like that with those people. Social media can also help people get jobs. For instance, LinkedIn, which I've actually had a job interview because of a company that found me on LinkedIn, which was really nice. Cons for social media is that it can spread unreliable and false information. For example, for the pandemic that's going on right now with COVID-19, there's so many things that are on social media that are not true. And I mean, good thing we have the news and they're kind of trying to weed that bad stuff out, but it can be very unreliable and false, that some of the information that we see on social media. It lacks privacy, and people tend to give out too much information. And then it also promotes less face-to-face interactions. But I think essentially social media can be very useful and safe if it's used properly for the right reasons. But that's all I have. Thank you.